told you, the most misunderstood and the most hated material on Earth is actually the most sustainable, responsible, and respectful material you could ever wear? My name is Nora Lacasse, also known as the Fur Goddess. I am here to tell you the truth about natural fur that nobody says out loud. Not influencers, not brands, and especially not fast fashion companies pretending to care about the environment. I am here to talk about it openly, truthfully, and with facts. Because sustainable fashion deserves better than marketing slogans and fear-based narratives. We live in a world where people repeat whatever sounds ethical without ever questioning it. We are told that real fur is cruel and faux fur is ethical. But here is what most people do not realize. Faux fur is plastic. It is straight up petroleum-based plastic, polyester, acrylic, and nylon. And plastic does not just disappear. It breaks into microplastics that sits in landfills, in oceans, in soil for hundreds of years. Meanwhile, natural fur is natural. It is made of the same protein of your natural hair and your nails. And yet, the narrative that we have been told is the complete opposite. Let's talk about decomposition, because this is where the conversation usually goes silent. There was a burial test where real fur and faux fur were placed in the same environment. After a year, the real fur showed clear signs of breakdown. Meanwhile, the faux fur was almost unchanged. And this is where it gets even more fascinating. The structure of natural fur is literally built for life and decay. It is not just warm, it is engineered by nature to be part of an ecosystem. A single strand of real fur can trap a layer of warm air around the body. That is the world's original winter technology. Some furs even have hollow guard hairs, meaning each hair acts like a tiny air chamber. Warmth goes in, and it stays in. Wind hits the surface, and it bounces off. No synthetic fiber on Earth can ever replicate that. Faux fur can actually look very fluffy, but if we zoom in and look at the structure, it is still plastic threads. And plastic does not return to anything. It lingers, it sheds microplastics, it persists in soil and water for decades, sometimes centuries. So the next time you hear someone saying faux fur is ethical, ask them if they truly understand what acrylic even is, or how long synthetic fibers stay in the environment. Once you cut through the marketing, the truth is very simple. Natural fur is an organic, biodegradable material. Faux fur is plastic pretending to be ethical. Now let's talk about something even more important: heritage and respect. In Canada, fur is not just fashion. It is woven into our history, our identity, and our survival. Long before Canada was even called Canada, Indigenous peoples were using fur not as luxury, but as life. Here's something that people forget. Indigenous communities survived winters of -40 degrees and lower because of natural fur. No synthetic on Earth today matches the warmth to weight ratio of traditional furs used in the Arctic. Fur is reliable. Fur is breathable. It does not freeze stiff like polyester does. Natural fur self-regulates, meaning it releases heat when needed and traps warmth when temperatures drop. Plastic cannot do that. It just becomes cold, heavy, and stiff. Indigenous people respect the animal, meaning they use the entire animal. The fur, the meat, the tendons, the bones, the organs, nothing wasted, and nothing taken without purpose. Fur was not a trend. Fur was a necessity. Fur was not a status symbol. It was a respectful relationship with nature. It is a cycle, not a disruption. And when Indigenous trappers traded fur, they were not just selling a product. They were sharing knowledge, craftsmanship, and survival techniques that shaped this country. So the next time you wear natural fur, you are participating in a tradition that existed long before marketing ever did, long before fast fashion, and especially long before synthetic materials, and long before the performative ethics of Instagram activism. To erase fur is in many ways to erase a fundamental part of Indigenous culture and Canadian history. It's a conversation that people avoid because it's uncomfortable, but it's the truth, and it's real. Another truth people never talk about. Faux fur became ethical because fast fashion brands needed a way to profit off the look of fur without ever paying the cost of real craftsmanship. So they pushed a narrative. Real fur is cruel and faux fur is ethical. It is made in factories, mass-produced in bulk, packaged, shipped, worn twice, thrown away, and then it sits in a landfill for centuries. Meanwhile, do you know why natural fur garments can last 20, 30, and even 50 years? Because the structure of fur is durable, flexible, and protein-based. Meanwhile, synthetic fur is plastic fibers that actually begins to snap and degrade after a few winters. The marketing says faux fur is ethical. The science says otherwise. It's not sustainable. It is not responsible. That's what we call as greenwashing. It is a feel-good story that tricked people into buying cheap synthetics thinking they were saving the planet. Real ethics is not about what looks good on social media. It is about respect, longevity, tradition, and what a material does at the end of its cycle. People ask me all the time, Nora, why do you talk about fur so much? Why fur? Why do you care? Because I have seen the misinformation. I've seen how disconnected people are from real sustainability. I have been creating content for over a year, and every time I talk about fur, I get thousands and thousands of comments, supportive, confused, angry, curious, and that made me realize people don't know the facts. They don't know how to tell natural fabrics from synthetic fabrics. They do not know the history of fur. They have never seen the science of fur. So I decided it was time to shift. It is time to elevate. It is time to educate beyond just TikToks and Instagram reels. It's time to give people a real guide on fur here on YouTube, rooted in tradition, not just hashtags. And this is the beginning of that. If this video challenged you, educated you, or made you rethink about natural fur, that's good. It means I'm doing my job. My goal isn't to force you or convince you to wear natural fur. My goal is to raise awareness and tell you the truth that fast fashion will never tell you. I believe fur deserves an honest conversation, not hatred, not the propaganda, not the distortion. If you care about sustainability, heritage, and winter fashion, make sure to hit the subscribe and comment down below what video would you like to see next. I have to say thank you to my amazing followers who have been following me the past year, who followed me throughout my journey competing at Miss Universe Canada, and this is only the beginning. Thank you for believing in me, and thank you for watching this content. I'll see you in my next video.